St. Lucia Kiriri Girls Secondary School is known for spiritual nourishment, modern facilities, well-stocked library, fully equipped science laboratory, art and design studio. Ndogo Secondary School is known for discipline, modern teaching space, result-oriented staff, conducive environment for curricular and co-curricular activities, cleanliness.
Welcome to GDC Season 7. It's bigger, greater, and so much fun. And I am Austin Yumbo.
And I am Mariam Bishar.
So today our debate is between
St. Lucia Kiriri Girls
and
Ndogo Secondary School.
Okay. Now their motion is, give it to them.
Internet censorship will address national insecurity and immorality among the youth.
This is going to be a heated debate and it promises to knock our socks off. So ladies, gentlemen, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go do this. Welcome to the Great Debaters Contest, the home of intellectual, stimulating debate. I am your host, Mariam Bishar.
And I am Austin Yumbok. Today we have for you St. Lucia Girls Kiriri versus Ndogo Secondary. The motion is rather apt as it talks about internet censorship will address national security and immorality. What are your thoughts, Mariam?
I think only the debaters can tackle this one. We'll let the first proposer take the stage. You have 3 minutes.
Whatever finds its way to the internet stays there, even if you delete it. Natasha Ngege here to propose the motion that states, internet censorship will address national security and immorality among the youth. What is internet censorship, you ask? This is controlling the information that is accessed, published, and viewed on the internet. National insecurity, the level of security in a nation. Immorality, lack of chastity. And the youth, according to the Kenyan government, these are the people between the age bracket of 18 and 35. Now, what I'm simply saying is that it's not that we should erase the internet from our lives. We are just saying that it should be censored. Our national security right now is not okay. In fact, it is poor. We have terrorists among us. Our soldiers are in Somalia fighting for our security. And we are busy posting uncensored pictures. These soldiers have families. In those families, their children. If a child sees that picture, that thought will stay in their mind. And yet you want to tell me that we should not censor the internet? Last year on March, Hillary Clinton was hacked. Her email account was hacked. Even the former president, Barack Obama, he was the president of the most powerful country in the whole world. He was hacked. And this means him as a president, important and confidential information from the government is being leaked to we, the public. This is causing national havoc and panic. Do you want to risk that? And yet, I'm even shocked we're talking about this. I'm shocked we have opposers telling me that the internet should not be censored. We have drug lords among us. Social media groups, we call them, yeah? Beneath, we have drug traffickers who are using Tor and Silk Road Act to embezzle funds, to launder money, and yet we are saying the internet should not be censored. This is information that doesn't need to reach the youth. It is not even supposed to reach the youth. That's why I'm saying this. The internet should not be censored. It must and will.
Opposition, you have 3 minutes to make your opening submission.
I honor the House at large. Well, my name is Jared Okoth from Ndogo Secondary School, strongly opposing the motion of today that reads, that internet censorship will address the national insecurity and immorality among the youths. Now, the reason as to why I'm disagreeing with the motion today is first, that this will lead to an infringement of the freedom of expression of the citizens. Now, our country, Kenya, is a country that is governed by constitution. Therefore, we made the constitution, the law, to govern the people and gave them a right and a freedom to express themselves. So if the internet censorship is done, we will not be able to get the information to express ourselves and ideas of what we think it is right to be said. Now, you talked about our security soldiers who are in Somalia fighting for our lives. Of course, yes, that is good. But think about it. They were killed, and they know information that was given to us. Then, you want to leave us in blackout because you're censoring the internet? Ask yourself that. Secondly, the web. The web is a the World Wide Web, is a platform where all of us will be creative enough to express ourselves and give the ideas of what we think is right. Now, if we censor it, therefore, it will lead to dictatorship. How? It will allow the control of information that we should get for our benefits. Now, in case this happens, there will be some of the government officials who will be taking advantage of this. For instance, a government official may know that he is the boss that controls the internet and may take the opportunity about that and do something that is illegal. Then he knows that there's no evidence against what he's going to do. Then we should not censor it for us not to be dictated. So, for example, about dictatorship, in April 2007, the World Organization for Human Rights sued the Yahoo for supplying the Chinese government with information, personal information about the Chinese journalists. But whatever they did was they sued the individuals and arrested the Yahoo. This is kind of dictatorship that you do not want. If you censor it, therefore, the freedom that you want will never be there. Well, there is George Washington, the first president of the United Nations, once said that if the freedom is taken away from us, then dumb and silence is led to slaughter like a sheep.
Proposers will hear your cross-examination. You have 3 minutes.
Sandra Omoi, here to firmly propose that internet should be censored. On to my opposer, we are not saying that the internet will be closed down. All we are firmly saying is that it should be censored. Let us say, for example, pornographic sites. They are common in internet. Once you start watching pornography, one time and again, you become an addict. And where does this addiction take you? To social vices, such as homosexuality, fornication, you can say them all. Is this the way we are going to train our youth in Kenya? By saying freedom of expression? No, I don't think so. You all think you know about internet. Internet is Chrome, Mozilla, and you search everything you need. But there is something called the dark web. The dark web, interestingly, the dark web contains more information than the normal web. You can actually start from purchasing a book to a weapon. Bartlett, 2014, says in this dark web, you can do money laundering, identity theft, illegal financial transaction, credit fraud, and you can say others. Also, a famous quote from Exxon, the author of Decency Act, stresses and says that we must create laws for the internet similar to television and radio. Surely, are we still debating on internet censorship?
Opposition, your cross-examination, you have 3 minutes.
Marias Adhiambo from Babadogo Secondary School. I'm here to oppose the motion. I'll start by trying to correct what my fellow has said. Instead of censoring the internet, that will be a waste of money and time. Why can't we provide job opportunities? Why can't we man our borders so as to prevent the terrorists, for instance, from accessing into our country? So as to keep the youth busy, so as not to engage into immoral activities. On to my first point, education. Nowadays, students get the chance to get lectures online. For instance, Kenyatta University. This has made it easy for them to acquire education and by also saving time. On awareness, for instance, Michael Jackson. He used drugs which ended up destroying his life. Where did we get this information? From the internet. Now, as a youth, we become so aware that we cannot know the effects of drugs, that we cannot again engage in such activities because we are aware of the effects through the internet. Job opportunities. Nowadays, jobs are posted online. The youth get the chance to get the jobs, and hence, they have no time for practicing immoral activities. They end up boosting our economy, where the money can be used for food security, and hence enhancing our national food security. On business, let's say OLX. Through the internet, they are able to save time and get a very good platform for the business to take place, which is still also boosting the development of our country and its national security. Imagine if you have a rat in your house. Will you burn the whole house or use a rat to kill it? Why should we censor this internet? Yet, we can man our borders. We can provide job opportunities to the youth so as to prevent them from practicing immoral activities and illegal activities. Why can't we? And I rest my case.
Thank you very much, audience. The audience has posed the following questions. The opposers have been asked, why would they be against censorship, yet we're only censoring bad things and not those parts of the internet that are beneficial to us? And the proposition have been asked, they stated earlier that some of former President Obama's emails have leaked online. How is that possible, yet they're checked by the Secret Service even before they're sent? We'll have them respond to those questions. Proposer number 3, you have 3 minutes.
My name is Shani Swashira, a student from St. Lucie, Kiriri, here to propose the motion that says, internet censorship will address national insecurity and immorality among the youth. A question was asked that how can the president be hacked, yet he has international secret service guarding his area? Well, him having the secret service does not mean people cannot use the dark web to get information from America and transport it all over the world. It also does not mean that him being the president, he's overpowered other people and other secret service committees. I hope that has answered your question. Anonymity. Today, young people are having a problem expressing themselves in the open. That's why they go to the social media to express themselves. That is because no one is limiting what they can do or what they can say. This exposure is leading them to immorality among the youth. The immorality cases are such like violence, crime, usage of drugs, which is an insecurity since we cannot be raising the youth to be against what we are, to be against our principles. And speaking about the social media, their Instagram accounts, WhatsApp and Facebook. An example, an Instagram account called Lesbian254. What is that advocating for? It's advocating for homosexuality in the society, which is a vice. And we should all curb the internet, for it is a drug. Online dating is another thing. Young people are flooding the online sites to look for relationships which might lead them into harm. An example is when a young girl gets into a relationship with a terrorist, that is an endanger into the nation and also to the individual. That causes insecurity among the people. Why? Because all of it is courtesy of the social media. It is influencing our youths to go to the wrong path instead of the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, together with what my fellow proposers have said, I think it is time that we should curb the internet and censor it. I think you should all be my judge. Thank you.
Opposition, you have 3 minutes to respond.
From Ndogo Secondary School, I'm Rose Wanjiko, strongly opposing the motion. I would like to answer the question that she has just asked. Your right will be your right, however, how? By censoring the internet, it will discourage the innovation and creativity among the youth. For instance, the Facebook app that was founded by Mark Zuckerberg would have not been existing, hence, many youths will not have been able to access Facebook accounts. I would like to ask you a question. How many of you here have Facebook accounts, Twitter, WhatsApp, and Instagram? It's like all of you, I guess. By censoring the internet, this will discourage the founder and the young youths who are trying to get in the industry of inventing apps. It is also pragmatic to censor the internet. Is there anyone here who would really find a way of banning the internet to its totality? I guess not. Anyone can access the internet using another domain. By censoring the internet, this will also lead to low economical growth of countries. Let's take, for instance, the business that runs through the website. How will they be able to run if we censor the internet? We have to look on the good side by not censoring the internet. Our countries will develop and we will have high standards of living by not censoring the internet. My fellow students, why don't you join me as we oppose the motion that the internet should not be censored? From Ndogo Secondary School, I'm Rose Wanjiko, strongly opposing the motion. Do not censor the internet. Thank you.
We'll hear closing submissions now, beginning with the proposers. You have a minute.
My fellow opposer has actually stated the banning of the internet. And when I first came here, I said this: we are not shutting down the internet. We're not banning it. We are simply censoring it, removing these viruses. You said that it will disturb the creativity and innovation among the people. We are censoring the malicious acts of the internet. Now, up to now, I don't get why we are here debating why the internet should be censored. It should not. It must. Our youth are becoming immoral each and every day. The youth are being radicalized to terrorism. Our national security level is going down. Ladies and gentlemen, Come on.
Opposition, you have 1 minute for your closing statement.
Instead of wasting time censoring the internet, we should keep these youth busy. The government should introduce life skills into schools because security is not a matter of a group of youth. Immorality and security is about an individual. We should educate one individual, and I'm sure he will not participate in committing crimes in the internet.
Sandra Moi, I believe your presentation was very short. We even had to confirm the time. I think all of you at some point lost your line of thought. So it was like just words coming out and you were not really getting how have we moved from one point to another. Then I think for next time you should ensure you do a lot of research and give us credible information on where you're getting your things. Then to Baba Dogo, I will give Mary some thumbs up. She tried among the three to give us a bit of, she sounded like she did a bit of research. Then Roslyn, you basically were reading what you had written, and I didn't feel like there was passion or conviction. You were just giving out words that you had written before. And for Jared, I think at some point you lost your train of thought, so you were a bit confused. But I think for both teams, it was a fair trial.
Baba Dogo, Yahoo was arrested. I wondered if this Yahoo is a person. And then someone came from Baba Dogo and also told us an analogy about if your house is infested with rats. Do you burn the whole house or you use rat and rat? I thought that was censorship. Another person came from Baba Dogo and told us that censorship would discourage innovation. But you didn't go ahead to qualify to us how it would discourage innovation. And I think St. Lucie Kiriri here came over and actually disqualified that point. Because we are talking about censoring information that is unnecessary. Not censoring everything and more or less blocking the internet. But all the same, may the best team win. Thank you.
If you're dealing with a motion that touches on policy, then you need to prove beyond a shadow of doubt that there is a problem. That in Kenya we have a problem, for example, of national insecurity. And you must prove from examples and recent happenings. You must prove that there is a problem of immorality. And the only way you can prove is by citing a source, a research conducted by this organization or this individual who is an expert and qualified to do that particular investigation. But you see, the problem from the two teams is I'm not getting a credible source. Two, I'm not getting aspect of research, that these are people who have actually researched and they are able to table their contents. So I think in terms of understanding the motion, we were struggling a lot. Language mastery, very important to the two teams. Organization of thoughts in order for you to have a flow. Style of delivery, when you take the stage, you want to see a style. How do you talk? How do you persuade people? Debate is not just about speaking, it's also about persuasion. Which tools of persuasion are you using to convey your information across to your audience? So to the two teams, I think in terms of content mastery, we need to work a lot, and also in terms of style of presentation, we need to improve on it. Thank you.
Let's go straight to the scores. St. Lucie Kiriri girls, you were awarded 58%. Please give them a round of applause. Baba Dogo Secondary School, you are our winners for today with 59. Please give them a round of applause.
A bravo to the two teams on stage for a job well done. It was a very narrow margin. And of course, thank you to the audience here in studio and those watching at home for being with us. I have been your host, Mariam Bishar.
And I am Austin Nyumbok. Catch you next time.